Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys, I have a real strong feeling that this newswire is some type of Scientology, propaganda, news, whatever you want to call it. And of course, it's his press release, so you know. So since this is public information, I'm not blotting out these children's faces. I'm probably not even going to read the entire article because it's barf bag ready. Imagine that this is happening in 2025. It's not hidden in plain sight. It's out in the open. Children awarded for their neighborhood spirit. Isn't that great, you guys? Updated April 4th, 2019. Taking a lesson from the way to happiness and putting it into action. Isn't that wonderful, you guys? Look at this. Child labor. Awarding child labor right in your face. Because these children should not be out playing on the playground, should they? Or maybe taking math and science classes, art classes, being in choir. Isn't this wonderful, you guys? Child trafficking right in your face. Pasadena, California, April 4th, 2019. The Church of Scientology, Pasadena, awarded commendations. I mean, listen to this. So you know this is an inside article. Awarded commendations because, you know, children need to be productive, you guys. Children need to be productive. To a group of children. How about child laborers? Otherwise known as child Scientologists? How about child laborers? How about exploited children? How about physically and sometimes sexually abused children? Neglected. A group of children who organized and carried out a neighborhood cleanup in Old Town. Isn't that wonderful, you guys? Do they have Pasadena police in their pocket as well? Inquiring minds want to know. And what is that teal, like a teal blue? You know, they always communicate in symbolism. So I'm always trying to keep an eye out for that. Listen to this crap. I'm missing my 48-hour show for this. They were inspired. Mind you guys, children were inspired, you guys. Children were inspired. Children didn't want to be on the playground playing. They didn't want to be horseback riding. They didn't want to be studying the planets and the stars. They wanted to clean up the neighborhood, you guys. Isn't that great? Inspired by a workshop on the way to happiness. You know, more L. Ron Hubbard filth. The Common Sense Guide to Better Living. Written by the humanitarian, you know, drug addict, failed military loser, pot-belly, black tooth, believes that it is permissible to kiss a 7-year-old girl on the lips passionately, and that she needs to accept that kiss. You know why? Because she remembers all of her sexual history from her past lives, and she should be fine with that. After watching a video based on the precept, I mean, imagine this goes beyond mind control, you guys. These These are adults just handing their children over. Just handing them over. Safeguard and improve your environment. They decided to put what they learned into action. Isn't that great? How is that for indoctrination? They decided, children decided. That those ideas were not implanted into their brains anyways, were they? To put what they learned into action. Listen to this idiocracy. The precept introduced them to the concept. Listen to that talk. And I'm going to swear now, you guys. If you can't handle swear words, turn me off, turn me off, turn me off, turn me off. The precept introduced them to the concept. What the fuck does that mean? The precept introduced them to the concept of environmental responsibility, it states. Because child labor. The idea that one has a share in the planet and that one can and should help care for it may seem very large and to some quite beyond reality. But today what happens on the other side of the world, even so far away, it can affect what happens in your own home. That I actually believe, but this is how they're painting it as disgusting. There are many things one can do to help take care of the planet. Listen to this idiocracy. So having children going out and raking and sweeping when they're 6 and 7 years old, which is against every child labor law there is, that's going to help clean up the planet, clear the planet. Oh, it's so sickening. They begin with the idea that one should, they can't even write the sentence correctly. They begin with the idea that one should what? Oh, I guess they need to take some writing lessons. They progress with suggesting to others they should. Listen to this idiocracy, you guys. They decided to go on a litter hunt. Never trust anyone that keeps telling you what they think. Never trust anyone like that. You can't tell someone what they think. People try. You know what you think. They, implying the children, decided to go on a litter hunt. Listen to this idiocracy. Looking for food wrappers, empty cups, anything left behind by the hundreds of people who visit the popular district. So basically the kids were cleaning up trash, because that's what kids need to do, right? This makes me sick. When they return to the church, why don't we call it what it is, a prison? I'm going to call it a prison. When they returned to the prison, they were greeted with balloons, snacks, and commendations for their work. Because you guys, children should work, right? Children should work. They should be productive, which we all know. L. Ron Hubbard with his big fat gut was not productive. He was just a loser, misogynist, narcissist, in my opinion. And I'm sticking to that. The way to happiness has been embraced. It's enough. By more than 250,000 groups. And think about, you would really have to be lacking in brain cells to buy that idea. Because who would be able to count the numbers? You know what I mean? More than 250,000 groups and individuals, with some 117 million copies distributed. Propaganda at its finest. In 186 nations. Somehow 186 rings a bell with me. I don't know why. It holds the Guinness World Record. Does it now? How's that sound? Doesn't that sound like a conspiracy? In the Guinness Book of World Records? Come on, you guys. Wakey, wakey. As the single most translated non-religious book. Oh, it's non-religious, you guys. It's non-religious. And fills the moral vacuum in an increasingly materialistic society. The Church of Scientology and its members. Ooh, there's that word again, you guys. Member could be a lot of things, couldn't it? Let's say it like it is. And its children are proud to share the tools for happier living contained in The Way to Happiness. Watch The Way to Happiness book on film. You know, film like from the 1950s. On the Scientology Network. Unreal. Don't do that to yourself. I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Oh, there we go. Source Scientology News. Peace.